Welcome back to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Nandita Khemka.
And I'm Yatin Mota.
Well, Yatin, it seems to be, that we are looking to consolidate around below that 19,400 mark, given the fact that the Nifty hit that mark in opening trade, but after that it kind of gave up that level, and we ended the day with slim gains of somewhere around 24 points or thereabouts. Even the Sensex, it was up somewhere around 250 points last I checked, but by the time we ended, it was higher by just about 100 points or thereabouts. There was clear weakness in the broader markets, given the fact that both the Nifty mid and small cap indices ended the day in the red with losses to the tune of 0.4% or thereabouts. But if you look at the breadth, well, that was in favor of declines. It was somewhere around 1:1, but tilting towards declines. If you talk about the movers today, auto index that hit a fresh record high in early trade, but then took a U-turn and ended the day in the red. Among other sectoral movers, most of them were in the red today, barring the metals pack and the energy pack. And no points of guessing that it was the Reliance Industries script that was lending weight to the energy basket, which is why the energy index ended the day in the green. Among the other top movers, you had the likes of Tata Steel, Bajaj Auto, JSW Steel. As I said, the metals pack was doing well. On the losing front, Titan on the back of Morgan Stanley downgrade. HCL Tech, mind you, will be reporting its earnings this week, and ahead of that, the entire IT basket is under pressure. So HCL Tech, TCS among top laggards. Power Grid and HUL were some of the other losers. Reliance Industries, Yatin, that was the top gainer on the index today, top contributor, and of course market cap also hit 18 lakh crore mark.
Correct. And if you look at the reasons why Reliance was moving, was a lot of news. And this is one stock to focus on, and I'll talk about it because this is the only stock that I have on my watch list. Number one, Reliance Industries got a NCLT approval for demerging its financial services business. Most importantly, the company also announced the effective date and the record date for the demerger of Jio Financial Services, which is JFS. Now, if you are a shareholder of Reliance holding one share, you will be eligible to get one share of Jio Financial Services. More importantly, this company starts with a capital in excess of 1,300 crore dollars. And if you look at the overall picture, Reliance Jio, the financial services business, would be much higher in terms of net worth versus Bajaj Finance. And given the tech background, especially with the Jio apps as well as the telecom platform, it should be able to get more market share in the financial services pie. Also, if you look at Jio Financial Services, they will hold the Reliance treasury shares, because of which the net worth as well as the liquidity would be quite high versus the peer set. And given the fact that brokerages do estimate the listing to be anywhere between 150 rupees to 200 rupees per share, there could be a significant value unlocking for the shareholders. So ahead of the demerger, a lot of buying seen. Also, Reliance announced that they will be buying back shares at a fixed price of 1,320 if I am not mistaken, for Reliance Retail Ventures. Obviously, they are buying out minority investors, and JP Morgan believes that this could be a move to unlock value as far as the retail business is concerned. And moving ahead, you could also see the listing of the retail business as indicated by the management a few years back. So yes, on the back of value unlocking and brokerage talk, the stock was moving in trade. In fact, JP Morgan has an overweight rating on this one with a target of 2,960. So closer to 3,000 is where the brokerages expect the stock of Reliance Industries could eventually move, and hence you could see some momentum. Obviously, this is the time when typically you have the annual report also and published any time, and also the AGM for the last 3 years has been happening in the month of August. So the market is keenly waiting for that event as well. So Reliance Industries, on the back of so many news flows, is in focus. So do remember, CNBC Awaaz and Moneycontrol are eventually controlled by Reliance Industries, and the entire management of the Independent Media Trust also is a wholly owned subsidiary of Reliance Industries.
Right, that was the first stock that we're talking about. Reliance Industries in focus. Of course, the stock ended with gains of somewhere around 4%. So yes, has hit a fresh 52-week high as well, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Let's take a look at the first stock on my radar is Balkrishna Industries. Now, this stock was down somewhere around 4% on the back of bleak growth outlook from brokerages. Nomura has maintained a reduced rating on the stock with a target price of 2,100 rupees. It believes that the first half of FY24 is looking pretty much weak when it comes to Balkrishna Industries. What is the reason? Well, it's basically a channel destocking that could keep earnings under pressure. And Nomura believes that the stock trades at somewhere around 16 times FY25 EV EBITDA, which according to Nomura is a bit expensive given the kind of near-term headwinds that are there for the company. The company itself expects the industry to grow somewhere around 3 to 5%, but it still aims to achieve 10% global market share from over the next 3 to 4 years from the current market share of 5 to 6%. If you look at some of the other brokerages, ICICI Securities also maintains an ad rating on the stock, target price of 2,577 or thereabouts. Motilal Oswal is also downbeat on this company given the fact that it sees some kind of liquidity issues in the company, and which is why it is a little cautious on Balkrishna. If you look at Balkrishna Industries future plans, it plans to expand into new geographical areas, expand its footprint globally as well in Europe as well as US, and it also wants to diversify its product range from agri to non-agri as well. But a lot hinges on how the second half pans out, because first half being weak is something that the street is pricing in. But we'll have to see if there is some bit of recovery that kicks in the second half, and whether or not its plans of achieving higher market share globally fructifies or not. So that is something that could pave the way for better future when it prospects when it comes to Balkrishna. But in today's session, the stock was down somewhere around 4%.
I think the main reason why there was issue in the share price of Balkrishna is that raw material prices have come down and they're still sitting on large amount of inventory. So I think they're getting rid of the inventory in terms of destocking, and probably because of which, as you mentioned, the first half could be slightly muted. Hence the kind of stock reaction that we saw for Balkrishna Industries almost ending at the day's low. Right.
And the next stock on my radar, Yatin, Sula, it was raising a toast in today's session, up somewhere around 5% if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked. So yeah, that stock was up and about, raising a toast in today's session on the back of strong update for the June quarter. In fact, the stock had hit a 2-month high, and the overall sales had hit a record high, and its own brands as well as the wine tourism revenue has also grown in excess of 20%. If you look at the elite and premium brands, the premiumization was the focus area when it comes to Sula, and this segment has grown by 30% in June, which is something that the street really took heart from. If you look at some of the business developments around this company, there were 2 big ticket exits when it comes to Sula. CFO Bittu Varghese had quit, but the CEO has said that they have already identified a CFO. They haven't named him yet, but he is expected to join in August. COO has also quit very recently, and chief winemaker of the company, Karan Basani, will be replacing the current CEO who will be sticking around till September if I'm not mistaken, Chaitanya Rathi. But interestingly, the stock had listed in December at a discount to its issue price, but right now it's trading at a 30% premium to its issue price. So yeah, all in all, things look good for Sula given the fact that their own brands are doing well. The wine tourism business, which is the main focus area of the business, is doing well, and even the premium brands which are sold at 1,000 rupees and above per unit are doing well. So looks like Sula is set for a pretty high-spirited quarter going forward.
Absolutely.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of this edition of Closing Bell. But of course, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below and we'll take note of that. And of course, I'll be back with the markets at 8:30 AM tomorrow. So from Yatin and me, thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned to Moneycontrol for all your other news and financial updates.